Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I can't be there with you today in person, but as a favour to Phil, I've made this short video to try and help you understand and get over the perspective of Sikhs and the digital age. The digital age that surrounds us today, that we're here gathered today for this to discuss. What's the perspective from a Sikhi point of view with the digital age? Let me roll back the clock to the Guru Nanak's time. Guru Nanak was the first Guru of the Sikhs, born in 1469, so that's just over 500 years ago. And at the time he wrote his main hymn that he composed, the Japji Sahib. And in it he said, I quote, Patala patal, lak agasa agas. So those 500 odd years ago he was already talking about the existence of planets and worlds beyond our own. So there was a knowledge of science, there was a knowledge and an understanding that actually we weren't alone in this universe, and it was a vast space out there with many worlds perhaps similar or better than our own. And tied in with that, basic message was that knowledge is so big that we could put a label on it and call it God. And it's so large that perhaps our life's objective is to be with God, and therefore seek knowledge. And in acquiring that knowledge, he also states in Japji Sahib, Man jeete jag jeet. So if the world is what we are trying to understand and comprehend, the first step in that is to conquer your mind. So to get rid of the ignorance of lack of knowledge, or agyanta, or ignorance of the treasures of the world, the beauty of nature, whatever that knowledge might be. And the first thing we have to do is overcome our minds. Now that's quite a very strong message, because the way you think and the way you perceive, the topic we have today about digital technology and the digital age and how it affects faith, can be both positive and negative. Now the digital age is just a means by which we convey communication. So we convey our message, whether that's Sikhi, whether it's Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, any religion that we perhaps gathered together in the room today. And for us as Sikhs, that message started about 400 years ago, 1604, when the fifth Guru, Guru Arjan Dev, he pulled together all the teachings of his predecessors, the first four Gurus. And he put together many teachings of his own and compiled the Adi Guru Granth Sahib. And in 1604 he put it all together into the one volume and installed it in the Harmandir Sahib, the golden temple that we call today. And in that place he said, this is the body of knowledge that our first four Gurus and myself have put together, and learn from it. So we already have a mechanism 400 years ago with a perhaps unique to history, unique to many faiths, that the propagators of the religion, the gurus of the religion, the messiahs of our religion, actually compiled the granth, the scriptures that were to become known as the Guru later on. So it was written by the fifth Guru, or compiled by the fifth Guru. So bringing it to the current age then, so since 1708, we've had copies of the Guru Granth Sahib made. More recently through the printing press, and that knowledge passed around. There have been translations of it. So the three pillars of Sikhi, which are commonly looked upon as sort of the man's guide to life. It's hard work or honest work. Kirt karni. Second is Naam Japana, having faith through prayer. And the third point is Vandiki Shakana, which is charity or sharing. And that's sharing not just your possessions, not giving it away. It's not the Guru said to just give everything away. He said share what you have. And it also means sharing knowledge. We now live in the digital age. There's nothing, we can't knock it back, it is here. The internet is here, computers are here, been around many years. So how's that challenged faith? How's that challenged Sikhs? With the digital age, the propagation of knowledge is far easier. Within seconds, a news flash can be sent around to billions of people across the planet. So with that comes real good stuff and some real bad stuff as well. So the good stuff is a news flash, a bit of news can be sent to anyone and everyone very quickly, and a lot of people can be made aware. The problem with the digital age we have now and all the digital media we have is, how does one loner who perhaps has built up quite a following, how do we check him or her from spreading the wrong news? And that is a danger to all faiths. I do follow a lot of the Sikh faith forums on the internet. And I do very easily, or see very easily, how the good stuff and the bad stuff can be propagated. It's just news. What is the real story? And that is the case with Sikhi. Sikhi is facing some challenges, some internal challenges. It's a young faith. And being a young faith, it's still developing and evolving. It's perhaps one of the few faiths that has spread to many countries, in fact spread to many continents in such a short period of time. Since Guru Gobind Singh Ji's time, the 10th Guru, 1708, since he passed on, in those 300 odd years has gone to every corner of the planet. Okay, I'd just like to pick a couple of points I want to talk a bit more detail about. I call the first one God in a pocket. Now we've all got smartphones, we've all got telephones, these clever little devices which are about the size of so big. Yeah. And within it, there are so many applications and apps, as we call them, and one of them is the Guru Granth Sahib. And as I jokingly say to people, I've got God in a pocket. The Guru Granth Sahib is available in digital form there for me to be able to search, look at translations, perhaps even learn how to pronounce the words correctly, because with time, with changing of languages, we can sometimes lose the way we pronounce things. So the availability of the knowledge, the scriptures, the holy scriptures, at your fingertips. The sheer fact that you can, at your fingertips, look at the translations and apply them to your daily life. The fact that it is there readily available and easily accessible and can help you or teach you how to pronounce the words correctly are some of the really positive things of modern technology, the digital age. The flip side of that, though, is if you have God in your pocket, where are you? Are you in the congregation? Because in most faiths, particularly in Sikhi, gathering together as a sangat, as a congregation, is very important, because that's where ideas are exchanged, that's where knowledge is shared, and your own fallacies, your own concerns, and your own misunderstandings can be clarified through debate with other Sikhs. So the meeting of a congregation is very important, and tied in with that is as common in many faiths, and particularly in Sikhi, is before you do the sangat, we say you come to the Gurdwara, you should do the pangat, which is to sit together and have a meal together. So the common meal, the langar as is commonly known, that is a very key point. Now those things you can't do sitting in a digital media. You may be able to Skype up, you may be able to do video conferencing, you can see each other's faces and do some debates. But do they really allow you to look into the eye and the heart of who you're talking to? Perhaps those are some of the negative things. Although communication is quicker, faster, and simpler and easier, can you actually see into the soul of the person that you're talking to? Perhaps that person is lost and needs a little bit of guidance. What is the best way to give that guidance? Is it through face-to-face meetings, a tap on the shoulder, or is it through media rooms, video conferencing? So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me. I do apologise that I haven't been able to join you in person. I hope you found a few words I've said about the principles of Sikhi, the issue, the 3 pillars of Sikhi, the honest work, keeping faith through prayer, and sharing and charitable giving. And how perhaps the Sikhs, we haven't got a problem with the digital age, and it has actually helped us. It's spreading the word, spreading the message, has been commenters for the last 300-400 years. But there are some worries about the digital age. Does the right message get propagated? Can the wrong people be sending out the wrong message? And again, that issue of, key to most faiths, in particular Sikh faith, is congregation sangha, getting together, meeting up together with like-minded people. We can miss out on that. So, in summary, thank you for listening. I do apologise for not being there, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.